What's good, y'all? It's your boy Jones, and welcome to another episode of Locker Room Sunday. As always, I'm joined with my host, Luke. What's up, boy?
What's going on, Chief?
Nothing much. Had a pretty good week last week. Prediction-wise, everything pretty much came up the way it should. Besides the one loss that could have been a win, and I'm a little salty about it. But it is what it is. How was your week in football?
We also didn't call the tie between the fucking Bengals and the Eagles.
No, we did not.
But of course, that's how that game ended.
Yeah.
And
there's always the ties.
And I'm still sitting atop the Jones for Sports Fantasy League because now that I have the throne and have had it since last season, I'm not giving that shit up.
I don't know. I'm right behind you.
Yeah,
and I only lost to my only loss is to you.
Yeah, I got the head-to-head. You ain't playing me again, so take that out.
All right. We'll see who's laughing at the end of this.
Yeah.
We'll see who's laughing. But yeah. So your Pittsburgh Steelers won. My Cowboys lost. We'll talk a little bit about what we saw last week and jump into week 4. First. Since your team won, how do you feel about your Steelers?
There's not much to not like. I thought Anthony McFarland, for taking his first NFL carries, looked exactly like the piece that we didn't have, which was just that straight hit the hole and go. We know what Connor is. We know what Snell is. We know exactly what Jalen Samuels is. We just didn't have that third piece or, third style, however you want to call it. We have it now. And in a rotation where these guys aren't taking, Derrick Henry amounts of hits every game, hopefully they stay healthy.
Yeah, they look good. Ben looks good. Defense looks good.
Ben looks the most fluid I've seen in years.
Yeah.
Like it looks like he's throwing without pain.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a good sign for you guys, for sure.
And Ebron's getting targets now. Mm-hmm. So, all things considered, if you add him, if you looked at the dispersion chart or just the box score, stat line, whatever you want to call it, every eligible receiver pretty much on our roster got at least one target. Whether or not they caught it is on them, but the dispersion of throws, beautiful to see.
Yeah, for sure, and that's always a good sign, especially when Ben is looking good and healthy.
And containing Deshaun Watson to, I think it was 78 yards in the second half, and no points, huge.
Yeah, for sure. Well. Now we can go to the sour side of things and talk about my sorry-ass team. They gave us hope, but we took the L. But what I want to talk about with that loss was, one, we're still not using Zeke the way he should be. And I know some people want to say, well, you guys are putting yourselves in bad bad deficits early in the game. But leading up to those deficits, he's still not getting the ball enough.
Right.
He's still not getting the fucking ball enough. And it's the reason why we're put into these deficits is because he's not controlling the line of scrimmage. They're not giving him the opportunity to. And from what I see from Zeke, he looks a lot better than he did last year.
Yeah.
He looks healthier. He looks fast. He looks strong. I'm loving what I'm seeing from him, but they're not giving him the ball enough for him to wear down on a defense. If they would have gave him the opportunity to wear down on that Seattle defense, we would have won that game. Because, like I said last week when we made our predictions, I saw it being a high-scoring game because neither team really has defense right now. They got guys on a piece of paper that would say that both teams have a defense, but both teams have not been playing defense.
Yeah.
And Zeke, in a game like that, well, I have another point, but I'm gonna remember what I was going to say. But Zeke has to be the key to that game, to finish that game and If you want to let Dak finish it with some throws, fine. But Zeke has to be utilized for at least 3 quarters. He's got to get 25 to 30 carries, and he's not. And it's pissing me off. Another thing, I would have loved to see Jerry go get Earl Thomas before this game. Him in this game would have been a huge difference maker.
Yeah.
I think he would have been a huge difference maker in this game because he knows that team. He knows Russell Wilson. He's played against his offense for 6 years when he was there. So I think he would have been huge. You've seen, especially that last play. That's what made me think of it. That last touchdown by Russell Wilson across the fucking safety space. Yeah. Earl Thomas would have been there. There's no telling me that he wouldn't have been. But, it is what it is with that. Also, Dak does not look accurate. Yes, he's getting all these numbers, but I think a lot of his receivers are helping him. The receivers are making him look good because if you look at he should have 3 picks on that game. One of them bounced off the fucking defender's chest into Gallup's hand.
Yeah.
Dak hasn't been accurate. And this is part of the reason why Jerry Jones doesn't want to pay him. You can't have 2 interceptions a game if you're expecting to get $40 million a year.
Well, the problem is Kirk Cousins got paid, and he does exactly that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yards.
I understand that, but man, I just the offense looks great. I mean, besides Dak throwing his picks, the offense looks great. They can come from the zone, that they can come from behind multiple times. I love seeing that. That's great. But how about us not be in that position?
Yeah.
Don't put us in that fucking position.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the last thing I have to say when it comes to my Cowboys is we have a nice 4 games against not so great teams. So we need to take care of business these next 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Because Washington, Philly, and New York are playing their next 4 games are tough. They're most likely going to lose all their games. We have an opportunity to take this division by the throat and be fine going forward. So take care of business going forward. Please.
Yeah. Right. Now you're forgetting your biggest positive from that game.
What was it? Because I guess I missed it.
The play that Diggs made on Metcalf was that's football porn.
It was. And for me, as a cornerback, man, I love seeing that shit.
Oh, how could you not?
Woo.
And not only do you love seeing that from anyone on the roster, a rookie doing that is even more heartening.
After he just got burnt.
Yeah.
He just got burnt.
Yeah.
It was an easy touchdown.
But let's be real. This Metcalf did the same shit to the best corner in football a week ago.
Right.
A week prior.
Exactly.
So no offense to Diggs, he's not Gilmore. So I'm not mad at Diggs for getting burnt.
Right, exactly. So you're absolutely right. That was the play of the game. That would have been the play of the game had they won, because that saved them a touchdown.
That
put them in position to possibly win the game.
But that play kept that game in reach.
It sure did, man. That sure did. So shout out to the rookie Diggs. Keep balling out, because right now you look like our best defender out there, and Aldon Smith. You two. Aldon
Smith looks like he hasn't missed a step. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, 5 years off, and he looks like he was playing all these times. It's amazing.
You gotta love it when these guys you take a flyer on just start balling out of nowhere. Like if Randy Gregory starts getting sacks, then that would just be like
we need it.
Right. But so you guys got to win your next couple. I mean, if you're playing Philly, Washington, and the Giants in any order, you could at least win 2 of those 3. The only team that I could see giving you any issue is Washington, just because their defensive front line
Yeah,
is top 5.
it sure is.
Mm-hmm.
It sure is. And they
Even
will
without
definitely.
Chase Young, that's still 3 out of 4 that will absolutely put pressure on you.
Yeah, no question. All right, now moving on to a later game. I think it was a Sunday night game. Packers Saints. Packers winning that 37-30, but from what I've seen, the game was not as close as the scoreboard said it was. Green Bay looks good. Aaron Rodgers looks good. Saints, they had moments where they looked good, but they don't look like that Saints of old, And they're 1-2 right now. Their record is showing, and they haven't been this bad in a long time under Sean Payton and Drew Brees. So my question to you is it over for the Saints, or they just had tough opponents? Because their last game, who did they play last week?
They started off with how can I not remember this? They played the Saints. Let's see. The Saints played the Packers. They played. You have it in front of you?
It's coming up.
Yeah, how am I drawing a blank on this?
The Saints played. Oh no, that's upcoming games.
Tampa Bay, week 1.
Yeah, I wanted to say Tampa, but I wasn't 100% sure.
And then week 2,
Tampa Bay last
Vegas.
week, and then Vegas, which is another tough game.
Yeah.
So, right. They beat the Bucs and lost to the Raiders.
Correct.
So it could have been. They could easily be 0-3 right now. Easily.
Oh yeah.
Easily be 0-3.
Well,
so
there's literally one reason they're not. It's Kamara.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If Kamara right now has the 5th most receiving yards in football.
As a running back.
Right, which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried. It's abundantly clear that Breeze cannot throw past 30 yards anymore.
Yeah.
With any sort of consistency, with any sort of zip. It's almost like uncomfortable watching him throw because you're used to a guy who just flicked the wrists and it's taken off. Now he just looks old.
Yeah. He hit the wall. It looks like he actually hit the wall, and it's sad to say, but I mean he's still accurate. But those deep passes, they just don't look like they're there. But luckily for him, he has a slot guy in Sanders who he doesn't always have to go deep with, and he got a few catches. Hopefully that confidence between them two grows, so he can rely on that. And Thomas come back and they play well, but. Yeah, it just doesn't look so good for the Saints right now.
No, not at all. I mean, it for any team who's 1-2, 0-3, it could be worse. You could be the Jets.
Right. It's true. It's true. Now, on the other hand, what do you think about the Packers right now?
I'm a little bit concerned with their defense.
Mm-hmm.
I understand Alvin Kamara is a freak of nature. They're giving up too many points considering how much money they dumped into their free agent market. Was it not this past offseason, the one prior?
Yeah.
I understand Kenny Clark was out. I understand elite defenses take time to mesh, but you've had your time now. You had a full season to figure it out. And I get that the Saints have a very, very good offensive line, but it's hard to put a litmus test on it when the best player on New Orleans didn't play in that game. Because I would have loved to have seen Jair Alexander go one-on-one with Michael Thomas for the entire game.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Thomas was hurt. But The Packers, to me, they're going to be fine. I mean, me and you in the prediction show beginning of the year, we all thought Minnesota was going to be good. They're garbage.
Yeah.
The Bears, this is not sustainable. They're 3-0 by virtue of a dog shit schedule.
Yeah. They got lucky, and they're not going to get lucky this week against the Colts.
And the Lions, if God forbid, if the Lions could just figure out how to be remotely consistent, they beat the fucking Cardinals. Who saw that coming?
Yeah, they did.
So for what it's worth, I mean, you don't know what you're going to get out of Detroit, but Detroit could easily be the second best team in that division.
I agree. I think the way they're looking now, they probably will be. And the way the Vikings are looking, they probably will be.
Yeah.
They beat a team, which is a great confidence boost for them. But I know I first picked the Vikings. I'm second guessing that now. Yeah. I think it'll be Green Bay, not only because that offense is looking a lot better, but Aaron Rodgers is looking great. And he's always looked great, but he's looking even better.
There was that one throw he made on the run to Lazard. And again, kudos to Lazard for laying out and making the hell of a catch. But for Rodgers on the run to put that thing on a fucking dime was beautiful to watch. And if you watch the slow-mo, spiral was tight. It was a perfectly thrown ball.
Yeah, it was. And that just shows how Aaron Rodgers still got it. He's not as old as Breeze and Brady, but he's up there. He's getting up there, and
yeah,
he's still showing that he's got a lot to go. He's still got a lot to go. So,
yeah. Can I talk to, or can I suggest the next game we talk about?
Go ahead.
Okay, you just mentioned, Rodgers and like how he's still just doing his thing. We all know Mahomes is Mahomes, and he does Mahomes things. Lamar Jackson is terrifying for all the wrong reasons. Right now. He's not running nearly as much as he was. He still can't fucking throw. I would like to just make a point where disregard these logos on my forehead and my chest. That motherfucker can't throw.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least consistently.
Right.
And if you put him in a premium time, like I guarantee you, I matter of fact, let me do this. If between now and Thanksgiving, anyone listening is either already a Patreon member or joins Patreon, if the Steelers lose primetime Thanksgiving to Baltimore, I will buy and give away some form of memorabilia of your choice.
Boom. You heard it first here.
Lamar cannot play in a primetime game. He shits his pants and runs and hides.
It sure did show. It sure did show.
Me and my buddy, for all the old OG Bleacher Creatures people, John, they know him. We were trying to figure out why Lamar can't play in a big game. My theory, you see guys like Watson, guys like Baker Mayfield, who, again, Baker's not elite. I would take Lamar over Baker in 2.5 seconds. But you see guys that are coming from, like, national title content or, like, schools with a little bit more pressure on them to perform. I understand Lamar at Louisville and that team was good, like very good, but they weren't Clemson. They weren't Alabama. They weren't Auburn. They weren't LSU.
Right.
So I don't know if Lamar is fully – I don't think he's realized like a primetime game against the best football player on the planet. I just don't know if he knows yet how to rise to the occasion.
I agree with that 100%. I never thought of it until you actually just said that, and that might just be it. But at the same time, the only argument against that is he's 0-3 against Patrick Mahomes, but 22-1 against the rest of the league, and that one having to be Baker Mayfield.
Well,
in the regular season, I should say. So he has played against other big time players. Maybe I guess like you said, it's under the lights, the lights are on and pressure's on, things like that. I don't know.
Can I give you another beautiful argument to validate my point?
Mm-hmm.
All it takes is 2 words. Carson Wentz. Same problem.
Yeah.
At least to validate my theory, I understand you can find Josh Allen at a school like Wyoming and hit gold, but same problem with him too. Look at the playoff game last year in Houston. Shit the bed.
Yeah.
These guys are just I'm not saying that they're incapable. They just seem behind the 8 ball of rising to the occasion of a primetime game.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
They don't look good. But speaking of throws, how we were talking about Aaron Rodgers' throw, did you see Patrick Mahomes' throw off the back leg?
There was a lot of them that I saw, but I vividly remember Patrick Mahomes in the pocket, normal rush coming, just kind of doing like the box drill to try and find that room to escape.
Yeah.
And he put the dirtiest pump fake on a linebacker I've ever seen. And then threw like a 20-yard dot.
There was this one where he's facing pressure. He's backing up. He's not running. He's backing up.
Yeah.
And throws it off of his back leg 50 yards to a wide open hill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'll happen.
I mean, he's special, man. He's special. We don't really have to get into
no.
So we already know how good they are, but I just wanted to point out how special that was.
Now, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
We know the Chiefs have the best offense in football. It's not a debate. Anyone who says otherwise is fucking stupid, in my opinion.
Right.
But did Baltimore's defense look outclassed to you? Because I don't think they did. I just don't think that their game plan was the right approach.
Right. I agree. Any defense is going to look silly against that offense. It's really not their fault.
Typically, yeah. Right. And then we don't have the fortune this year of like a Steeler Chief game or, I would. I mean, we see the Pats play them this week, but the Pats, given the COVID opt-outs, they're clearly not the same.
Right.
Russell picked them apart. The Chiefs are scarier than the Seahawks. I don't see the Pats. I mean, maybe Gilmore gets lucky and gets a pick, but again, that's not going to stop them.
Yeah, there's too much time on the clock. There's too many weapons.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening, but you never know. But let's get into week 4.
Yep.
This year. Tomorrow we got Denver Jets. Let's get that over with. We got 2 horrible teams. Sorry, E. It's just your team is a part of that.
Yeah.
Who are you going with?
This shouldn't be a question. For the rest of the year, whoever the Jets are playing, I am picking whoever they're playing.
So are you saying do we have you on record saying that the Jets will not win a game this year? Are you saying that?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay, we got it on record. I might have to be on board there.
I also think the Jets know that it's in their best interest to lose every game, lock up the one, trade Darnold, and get a shitload of draft picks and still take Trevor Lawrence. The equation is too perfectly laid out in front of them. And, I mean, the 4 teams that come to my head is in the perfect trade partners for Darnold: Pittsburgh, New Orleans, Minnesota, and Chicago.
Yeah.
All of them have picks. We're not the Rams. We don't mortgage.
Probably be more by the end of the season.
Right. Well, no, this strikes me as an off-season pre-draft trade.
Right.
Because let's be real, Darnold's gone on record and said he loves having Gase as a coach. That's probably just kind of shifting the limelight away from Adam Gase.
Yeah.
Adam Gase is a terrible fucking coach. The GM, in my opinion,
Dolphins.
yeah, I mean, let's just be real. This team is just hard to watch. Like both New York teams suck right now, but the Giants are at least playing hard.
Yeah.
The Jets, God bless them, they're trying, but like they're just getting the absolute train ran on them every week.
Yeah, it's
like
really
case
bad.
in point, Denver's starting their third string quarterback. I was unaware that Jeff Driscoll had anything wrong with him.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I still have no doubt in my mind they'll lose by at least 10 points.
Yeah. Oh, I'm reading it now. Yeah, I don't know how to say his last name, but Brett something making his first career start.
Yeah, Ripien.
Yeah, Ripien. Yep.
So, yeah, but either way, they don't need Cortland Sutton to win that game. You have Fant, you have Jerry Jeudy, and you have at least Melvin Gordon. You should be fine. Yeah. And you have Brett. And if I heard Becton got hurt last week, if he can't go, Bradley Chubb's going to have a fucking field day.
Sure is. Yeah, that's true. All right. So let's move on to the next one.
Yep.
And let's try to get through this because the NBA Finals is coming up very soon, so I got to get to that. All right. So starting off with the Cardinals and Panthers. Cardinals being 2-1, Panthers 1-2. Who you got?
Cardinals, not even close.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I don't see how that team can cover DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Or Murray, for that matter.
Well, right.
Next game, Colts and Bears. Now, the Bears have been on a streak. You feed into that or no?
No. This game will be more competitive because Trubisky won't be in it. And, he won't let them just shit the game away. I'm just concerned with Nick Foles. I think it's just going to take a little bit more rhythm and routine. You know, it's not like this is the problem with journeyman. It takes a while to get settled.
Yeah.
Foles is a veteran. He knows what he's doing. If he's smart, he just throws to fucking Allen Robinson the entire game and Jimmy Graham. Because apparently Jimmy Graham is the best tight end in football again. Out of nowhere.
Apparently. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think this will be a close game, but I'm going to go with the Colts. I think both quarterbacks will give up the ball a few times, and defense will show up, shit like that.
Yeah.
Close game. Colts win by 3. Next game, another whack game. Jaguars, Bengals, quick one.
Jags. Actually, no. Give me Cincy.
I was going to say, I'm going with Cincy on that one. They tied last week.
Yeah.
For some reason, I feel like Cincy's always in a tie. Every year, I feel like Cincy's in a fucking tie.
The most Bengal thing in the world is for them to fucking tie. They're so bad they can't lose, but they're so bad they can't win.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, I see them getting their first W this week.
But for what it's worth, Burrow looks damn good.
Woo, that's why I'm saying,
with no offensive line.
Wow. All right. My Cowboys versus the Browns.
Browns.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns won, but I'm going to stick with my Cowboys because we need to get it done.
I don't like picking Cleveland in any situation. I could see that game being high scoring, and I could see you guys having problems with the two-headed monster of Chubb and Hunt.
I can see us having a lot of problems with Chubb, with Landry, with Beckham.
Yeah.
I can see us having a lot of problems with that defense not playing well.
I also wouldn't be shocked.
Another high-scoring game, and us just pulling it out.
Also wouldn't be shocked if this is Austin Hooper's breakout game.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Well, Alden Smith's going to be a problem. So that already, it's not like Hooper's sitting, and blocking. It's not
right.
He's going to run. He's going to get his grabs. Jalen Smith might be on him, but Jalen Smith can't cover 3 people.
Yeah.
So something's got to give.
Saints, Lions, both 1-2. Saints get out of it or not?
I mean, yeah. On the sole basis, again, another high-scoring game, in my opinion. I
Yes.
don't see – I think New Orleans – this isn't the Packers. You're not worried about any Detroit running back. You're not – Galladay and Jones are what they are. Hawkinson's what he is. But, like, Kamara is the best player on that field, and Breeze is better than Stafford.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You're right. And just to throw out a stat, the Saints have not lost 3 straight games since week 1 through 3 of 2016. So in 4 years, they have not gone on a losing streak like that. And
Yeah.
trying not to let it happen again.
Right.
Yeah, so I agree with everything you said. Vikings, Texans, 2 teams that are 0-3.
Houston.
I'm going Vikings on this one. I'm just not feeling what the Texans
Speak
are.
your piece for the Titans. Why Tennessee? I'm sorry, Why Minnesota?
Because I feel like the Texans have just lost hope in their whole season. I feel like they're just like, you know what? Especially like we talked off air, how you said Deshaun Watson just didn't look like he was even in the game in the second half.
But that wasn't because of Deshaun Watson. That's because of our fucking defense's ability to fucking flip coverage, disguise blitzes. That's the beauty of a 3-4. And they're
Right.
we kind of knew what was coming.
Right. No, I hear you, but at the same time, I think with him being the leader and that team just falling apart.
Yeah.
I feel like he's done with it, even though it's early in the season and, you know, I don't see them winning that division, but, you know, I feel like they're like this right now with it.
Yeah.
So, and it's going to show.
I also can't in my heart of hearts believe that J.J. Watt and Deshaun Watson are going to let that team quit.
I could see that part too, but I just have no hope in them. I've lost all hope for those guys.
Oh no,
And
they're not making the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs. That division is in my opinion Tennessee's to lose.
Right.
But I there's going to be times, especially those in division games, you know, they might sweep Jacksonville. They might go 0-2 against them, but those games are going to be competitive.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I also believe Vikings didn't think they would be this bad. I mean, that was a team that I picked to win the division, and they're 0-3 right now, so they need to bounce back. Both teams need to bounce back. 0-3 for both of these teams is not what anybody saw. We knew the Texans weren't going to be what they were last year, but
yeah,
0-3 is not a good start. But the next game, much easier game. Seahawks, Dolphins.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it. Seahawks,
Yeah.
Freddie, I'm sorry, my guy, but it's over for your Dolphins. You might as well switch it up. Chargers, Bucks.
That's an interesting game. I'll say this every week. The Chargers have the personnel to cover pretty much every team in the NFL.
Yes, they do.
Without Derwin.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa right now, like what Mike Evans had 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, and 3 total yards, I think was the stat line.
Yeah.
Godwin's the one you fear at this point. I think it's not like Mike Evans is bad. It's just Mike Evans. Mike Evans is just your high point red zone guy with Brady under center.
Yep.
Godwin is gonna run the Randy Moss type shit when Randy was in New England. Mm-hmm. Gronk is Gronk, but he's coming.
He's slow. Not right. He's slowly coming down, as he should. Yeah, he's been out of the game for a while, and he's gone through a shitload of injuries. But no, I agree. I'm going with the Bucks on this one. Did you make a choice on this one?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I'm also taking Tampa because that defense is the most underrated unit in football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going with the Bucks, especially with the way that division is looking right now, with the Saints not looking as promising as they are, I think the Bucs need to take care of this opportunity.
Yeah.
If they think they're that good and they really want to get back to the Super Bowl in Tampa this year.
Mm-hmm.
Then we come to your beloved Steelers against the Titans. Tough game. Both 3-0. Who's going to put that L on there?
Let's say we play Tuesday, right? Because of course.
So right. I forgot about this.
So
what happened with that?
Yeah. So we've been able to practice all week. The Titans can't. So that implies you're going to stick to a very basic game plan, and you're probably going to hand the ball to Derrick Henry 30 to 40 times.
Sure.
Derrick Henry can beat you, but we're talking about a top 5 defense overall.
Mm-hmm.
That's specifically very good against the run. So I don't really – and without A.J. Brown, Corey Davis is not that good. I mean, Jonnu Smith is probably my biggest fear in this game. I mean, Henry can be Henry. I wouldn't be shocked if he had 110 yards, but I expect that out of him. Jonnu Smith might have a good game against us. I think we win that game probably, I'm going to say 28-20, somewhere in that ballpark.
Okay. If it wasn't for what just happened with those two teams, I mean, with the Titans, I would actually pick the Titans to win this game. But because of what happened, and like you just explained, they're not going to have, full practice services and things like that. They can't be all around each other for, the way other teams would be. So that's definitely a disadvantage for any football team when you have that kind of a distraction going on. So I think the Steelers will win this game probably by 10, something like 30-20, something like that.
Yeah.
But I would love to have seen that game in regular circumstances. That would have been a really good game to see. And healthy, like you said. Then we got Ravens and the Washington football team.
Ravens.
Yeah, clearly Ravens. But like you acknowledged earlier, the Washington football team has a dirty defensive line that needs to be.
Also, look, you want me to make another bold pick?
Mm-hmm.
Terry McLaurin goes over 100 with a touchdown.
I can see that. He's by far their best player on offense.
Yeah. And Marlon Humphrey and Jimmy Smith. Something. Maybe it's just playing the Chiefs that just makes people look bad. But McLaurin is a very good deep route guy. I could see him getting chunk plays.
Yeah, I can see that too. Giants, Rams.
Rams, next.
Rams. Chiefs, Patriots. Chiefs. I think Chiefs easily, but I think we see a little bit of, Cam doing what Cam does.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Cam do well in that. Bills, Raiders.
That's a very underrated game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the way I see it, if John Brown plays, I'll take Buffalo. If he doesn't, I'm still going to take Buffalo. But I don't see them blowing out the Raiders. The Raiders are – I'm not going to say they're for real yet. I can't take them fully seriously, but they're at least playing respectable football. And John Gruden's never going to let a team just kind of die off.
Right, exactly.
They're going to give you everything they got. I just don't think Derek Carr is that good, frankly.
Yeah, exactly.
And Ruggs hasn't done shit yet. No. Tyrell Williams is if Tyrell Williams is even playing, if he's their number one, whoever's Tre'Davious White is going to cover, that's bad news. This game is going to feature Waller like it always does, but more so than normal in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I'm going with the Bills. Josh Allen has been looking amazing. People are even putting him in the MVP conversation already. They look good, and they're averaging 31 points per game, which is third best in the NFL. So
Yeah, you know what's funny? Devin Singletary is still just now starting to get rolling.
yeah, no question. Buffalo looks really good. Eagles 49ers Sunday night game.
Niners. First of all, that's a terrible Sunday night game.
It is. It is.
Wasn't supposed to
Yeah.
be, but
Hey, you guys know me. I'm going with the 49ers. I'm not trying to see any of these NFC East teams win, especially when my teams do.
It seems the only team capable of it in your division is you guys, and that's barely.
Barely. And then the last game, another bad one. And this is a Monday night game. Falcons, Packers.
I mean, obviously Green Bay.
This is how it's going to happen. The Falcons are going to go up 26 in the first half, and then Packers are going to come back and win 40-26. That's how it's going to happen.
Oh yeah, at this point, if the Falcons have any lead by pick a number, they're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, just pick a number. And how the fuck has Quinn still have a job?
I don't know.
If he loses this, which he will, he's got to go. Come on.
As long as Gase gets fired first, then I don't care what happens. Don't let Quinn be the first one out.
Nah. I mean, I'm okay with it because Quinn has done – no one has choked more games than him in the NFL. Outside of that, you go to Doc Rivers in the NBA, who just choked another one and lost his job.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this Falcons team this season just looks finished already. Why not? Why not? So, yep, that is it. Those are our picks for the week. If you guys have any picks, please don't be shy to leave a comment and let us know what your thoughts are on the episode. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week. It's your boy Jones, Luke, Locker Room Sunday. We make sports better. Peace.